But it looks like we're getting started into it immediately. So I mean, I'll hop off. But generally,
already.
thoughts here being really small mistakes. Easily WollywogZ can catch up, but they have a huge mountain ahead of them. What do you all think for this game 2, or technically game 3? Like, do you think WollywogZ can bring it back, or is this feeling like a little bit too much for them?
It looks like they gotta focus on the small stuff in the front. Those last 2 races, Jack losing first off the POW, and Casper obviously losing first or second off that Shy Guy. They gotta just tighten it up in the front. Edison, I think, won the shot count there, so they're doing fine in the back.
Yeah,
they gotta make sure they eliminate those mistakes in the front, because this Ethereal team has some of the strongest runners in the game right now.
Yeah, every small mistake can come back to haunt you. So, if they, I mean, like, even with how good Ethereal was playing, the fact that WollywogZ is only down like 20, 12 here and there, just goes to show you they're hanging in there. So they could definitely take a match for sure.
Yeah.
Or win the whole series. So without further ado,
I'll leave it. I'll leave y'all to it. Have fun, y'all.
Well, let's get into match 2 here. For those of you just joining us, Ethereal, the winners of the winners bracket, came into this with a 1-0 lead. This is a best of 5, winning the last match, 387 to 345. We're up 2-0. This is a do or die match now for WollywogZ, and they're gonna have to win 3 in a row.
yeah, pressure's definitely on them, but you know. Regardless, we see that TC kind of poop. You know, sometimes you cash the TC and you use your Mega instantly, and then it just poops. We see Quinn also Megaing Casper, so a little bit of miscommunication there, but WZ gets him the 1-2.
Yeah, trying to prioritize his top spots right now. Basil with these triple shrooms in 4th, going to be taking Ultra.
See what
overall pretty mixed spot still.
noct'l could also have shrooms as well.
One of the baggers failing the wall strat a bit and then fall off with Bill, so someone is pretty far in 10th. Hopefully we can see who that is up here. And it's Edison. So Edison right now in 10th by quite a bit. Didn't fall off with Bill just then. So we could already see an early WZ shot.
That wall clip from Faisal is going to cost him a little bit, so you can't get in the first. I don't think he would have gotten the first anyway, but you see TK as well in 8th. Casper going up to 6th place to get the chain, gets a Mega, and he gets bumped into the net. Yeah, for sure.
Sending Casper back to 8th with this Mega. And if you assume WZ has the shot right now, which they probably do, we don't see Edison falling off there in 10th. Do you chain this, try to get a star? Do you hold it? He's falling a bit behind here with TK.
I think noct'l does have a dodge. He went around the cut, but oh my goodness. I think that's a WZ shock, but Casper just doesn't use his Mega for some reason.
Maybe it's a tactical non-Mega use. Obviously not going into Ultra either, so.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know about that.
But Lazy would not see 2 years ago coming out here in the finals at MKPS.
TK in first for now, and he's able to also bump Basil just enough.
Basil very fast in the strike, getting that draft off. That is a huge play. Nice play there by Basil, getting that drop on a turn. Not easy to do.
It's definitely a good play, but
TK taking cut anyways, getting first place. It looks like a 1-3 for WZ, if not a 4. And Casper forced to hold this POW, assuming it was for TK. And like maybe an Ethereal spam shock, so Noct can hold on to 7th.
Yeah.
I think it's a pretty neutral race overall, though, to start.
Yeah, but you have to use your Mega. I don't know what... I mean, like you said, the whole tactical thing. I guess if he doesn't use his Mega, he gets the 8th place box, but if he uses it, he doesn't get it. But, I mean, he gets a 7th place chain. At that point, you just got to play the probabilities. You got to hope at least triple shrooms.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, it's the most common item in 7th. You can also pull a golden, heck another star. They do the shortcut. If he does that, they probably get top 2. And I think the reason why he was holding that PAL as well is because TK did have a shroom, because we saw him chain his star at the Ultra, and he was able to dodge in it, so he was able to take the star cut and then use 2 shrooms to hold his 3rd shroom. So I guess that's why he let Faisal draft him anyway. It didn't really matter. But
well, Jack was able to pass Faisal off the cut as well, so top 2 for WZ to start. Gonna give him a slight lead.
33-28 to start. But, you know, those are the small mistakes, you know, that could come back to haunt you. So they do win the race. Could have been one more, but we're going to go ahead and pick Moon View. And we get BC3 anyway, so.
Yeah, BC3 coming up for Ethereal. And Basil starting in third. Probably going to see another 2 players drop for Bill. Pretty common on this track between these 2 teams.
Okay, so I have Faisal starting in third. WZ, so Quinn might end up backing this. You're just going to trail it, backs it, doesn't connect, and
ends up trailing Faisal anyway. So nice play by Quinn.
Some early mega usage from Jack and noct'l. So,
Quinn getting a chance to be a starting player in this WZ roster after Skitty had to kind of leave bagging and when he left for school, and Edison taking over that position. And Faisal able to cut there.
It looks
and
like
doing a great job for
WZ,
the team. WZ top 2 here.
WZ expected Ethereal to take out the block, and it just came so late. So, Faisal's able to make up some ground, but not getting the top 2, and I don't think anyone was able to do the Ultra as well. So, Quinn and TK, very rare of them going around still being top 2. But let's see how things will go here, and dropping to 4th.
Gasper trying to pass the TC to Bobby, it looks like, barely misses. WZ in 6-7, pretty mixed spots right now. See if the cut gets blocked, it is not. Faisal's going to take over first, and someone failed it right behind him, not sure who that was. Bobby in 10th by quite a bit. Don't think anyone has it still.
Oh no, is this what I think it is? Okay, no, okay, there's someone else. And WZ not being able to block the cut kind of hurts them. Faisal gets in the first, but crashing into the wall. He's going to eat that TC now. Slowing down. He might get past it. Okay, no. Very close. Very close.
Very close. 2-3-4 for WZ. Faisal pretty good ahead in first.
Did not have to be that close.
And we see Edison sitting on it, going to take out the unblock.
Let's see if Shock comes into play then.
Assuming that's an Ethereal. Pow, trying to get the shrooms out of WZ.
This Pow, yeah.
He's tied to the box with triple shrooms and shotgun.
Yeah,
nice Ethereal shot.
Ethereal's not going to let them take the shortcut there. They saw Edison unblock it. They were not going to let that happen, so.
Ethereal using 3 lines of protection there to stop him taking cut. With the block, the Pow, and the shock.
Oh, I guess WZ is first. Faisal did get hit out of there. A couple of people swinging out here.
Nice banana there. Casper's going to be able to chain this for a Mega. Not going to be a last second shot, probably not available.
He's going to have to try to get crashed because of his shrooms.
I don't think that was worth getting him. It looks like his bottom 2 is way far back. I think he just
he had to Mega him because the triple shrooms would have gained more ground, I think. So he just missed, unfortunately for him. Crash was able to sneak around him, so.
Switching over to Faisal, yeah, we got a top 2-6.
Top 2-6, despite the Ethereal shock, and sometimes even when you prevent people from doing the shortcut, sometimes the other team will end up dodging or they get shocked into the boxes and they can do the shortcut. So it didn't actually matter too much for WZ. They're able to still get top 2 and play around the shock, and whenever you can win a race with the other team having the shock, you usually take it. So. But you're right, that was almost an insane triple shroom pull.
Yeah.
The fact that he got
Casper was able to take it after that, that would have been really nice for him. But like I said, Ethereal really did a great job of preventing that. With Bobby able to get the shock there.
Okay, so.
And it's the rogue DKJP for Ethereal. I guess Jeff did not get the memo there.
It's fine.
No problem.
No problem at all. Faisal is in 4th, so he could get a draft in 1st or 2nd, depending which one he chooses. And top 2 has to be a little bit careful to not let him get that draft.
WZ
also bumped,
but still not a big lead.
Yeah, so they just let him have it for free. They missed a snipe attempt off of it, and since Quinn went for the snipe, he gets redded as well. So Ethereal able to get in the top 2.
Both backers going through the set instantly could mean there's a build and play in the back. It looks like they're both shrooming as well, so very likely that someone pulled Bill. Can't say for sure.
Having to,
I think, in the first box. And it's pretty clear with both of them falling off. And Ethereal breaking into top 3.
So Top 2 for Ethereal. They're gonna win a shroom, but the POW not gonna be able to get that off. Someone in a star as well. So that actually really helped the guy in the star. Doesn't have to avoid the POW as Jack.
First boxing 10th goes to Bobby. Not sure how it changed up there in the cut. And
See a
Bill being used by Jeff. Someone did have the bullet. Dropping him into a fence, though. And getting instantly backed. Shot for Ethereal.
Oh, that's unfortunate for Faisal. Does get in cannon with them, but they're able to dodge 2-3 regardless, so they're going to get in the top 2. And maybe this is a blessing in disguise. Maybe Faisal can get some slagging items, but instead he's just going to drop back. He doesn't want to get redded by TK. An early blue, though. Sometimes when you use early shocks, you get combated by an early blue, so it's
now, whether it was intentional or not, Jeff using that build while Jack was in cannon might have been a way to kind of deke out the WZ runners, making them think that Bobby doesn't have it yet, and they're predicting an Edison shot. So Jack might not have slowed down as much as he would have before at first, and if he was able to get that 2-3 dodger. So I don't know if it was intentional, but I think that's something that could have easily happened. And
yeah, and sometimes when you're in 10th, you want to use an early shot before falling off, so you can stay in 10th. That's probably what we just saw. So Faisal getting a really good item, depending what Quinn gets. If Quinn gets something you can hit Faisal with, it's not as good anymore, but looks like Quinn's probably just holding shrooms of his own, so Ethereal might have a good race here.
WZ 3-4-5. Not sure who that is, but one bagger's going for it in 9th. Probably going to be a shockless race at the end here. Faisal with a really nice gold. He's going to take him into first, and probably a top 2 for him and Crash. Top 3 with noct'l there too. So Ethereal taking the lead race through.
Yeah, just good stuff. They get in the top 2, lap 2. They do get blued early, but didn't shake up too many things. WZ kind of in the no man's land of 3-4-5, and Ethereal able to take advantage of it from Faisal's golden, and a couple people getting knocked out by a couple of red shells towards the end of the lap. So favors Ethereal, of course, when some of their other bottom spots has shrooms, and they can just easily shroom up at the end, so without getting hit. And now a top 3. That's exactly what they want. Any team would want a top 3, so now they get their track position, maybe some BCW, something like that. Although we did see BCW's top 3 from last tour not turn out so well. So,
well, with WZ being the hosting team here, they might want to try to pick Maple and steal it away from them. But that is a very popular 1-3 starting track, and maybe they want to take it away from WollywogZ's arsenal. Could be a strap, but I do think they're going to end up just going with BCW here.
MC3 and BCW. Not really surprising picks. I think we saw this other times. So.
Yep. And it's going to be Ethereal's BCW.
So let's see if WollywogZ can do what Ethereal did match 1. It's always a realm of possibilities.
Yeah, WollywogZ started top 3 here last time, not able to hold it. See if Ethereal deploys a bit of a different strategy here, a bit more aggressive at the beginning maybe. Could work out well for them. Fable starting in first.
Triple Nanas.
He's not backing either, and Crash is able to get a draft off there. So well played by them.
Yeah, you do want to trail your Nanas anyway.
As for shooting the first, good play by him. Want to get up there early.
Yeah.
Basically going the right route. Might want to try to block the shortcut.
Yeah, you want to trail anyway, just in case WZ does shoot him up. But once again, Casper's able to sneak by, and Edison is spazzing out there.
Yeah, Edison did not make the split route kind of little hop thing. There's a little pocket of air you can get off an edge to make it over that gap, and Bobby was. And Bobby makes the hawk strat, so he's going to be 10th by miles right now.
Early
Jeff building up. Bobby's getting boxed in 10th with no risk.
He's able to get into first, so sometimes just billing from 5th to 6th, getting the first anyway. Good power pool, one of the best things to pull in this track for team play. Jeff does get hit out, so let's see what they do with this power. They could try to power him around the blue section, and that's what they're going to do.
And that's a really nice power by them. Casper is dead in the water. Both daggers going forward, assuming Bobby has shot here. They're both just kind of... We're going to ignore that banana.
Exactly.
Both going
Just
backwards
ignore it
once
like it
again.
never happened. It might actually help him anyways. If you try to trail caster, it doesn't connect with your mount.
And it looks like Edison might have gotten the shock out of Bob, whoever that was in the bill. Yeah, Edison got the shock out of Bob. He's gonna have to keep spamming boxes now. Hope he can get it back.
This is an
Looks like he's
interesting
falling
ramp.
off now.
Okay, so no banana snipe attempts there. Nice pow dodge. But sometimes you can get sniped from that ramp from any section. And since he's able to keep that shroom, he's going to be able to get into first with it in case there's a blue shell, kind of like insurance. So, but sometimes insurance doesn't cover everything, so we see a TS on first.
But Edison getting it out of Bobby with the bullet, and then getting into perma 9 and pulling shock. So tough break for Bob after losing it.
Let's go ahead and switch
like
over to
he's got a
Casper.
free Bobby there.
Oh, Casper actually falling back here as well. So, regardless.
Nice banana there in 7th. Sure, Facebook was not expecting that.
Yeah, and this is an extraordinary race for WZ as they're going to get top 4.
And they did it back to what
I mean,
he was able to do.
yeah, top 4 for WZ, ladies and gentlemen. So,
Throw theory out the window, folks. These top 3 spots do not matter on this track.
seen some massive races today, and
And it's
Wow,
one thing
I mean-
if they're not working out when it's like, you know, when there's daisies in the room, you know, and people are taking glitch. You know, it doesn't matter as much, but there's no daisies. I don't think anyone took glitch that race. And, you know, WZ was able to combat Ethereal's top spots. Obviously, Edison, nice play, getting the shock out of Bob. Lucky to be able to pull it himself after. It's just a
Yeah,
nice play, being able to, you know, kind of delay it at least a bit, but pulling
Yeah,
it
that-
after.
you know, that play was a good play. I mean, he was able to get the shock, and TS. I mean, I guess Ethereal, they're not expecting it. I mean, even though Bobby
No.
just got billed, I mean, there's only so much you can do afterwards. Bobby technically gets the first box after getting billed, even in 10th. So,
Yeah.
pretty lucky for WZ, but they're able to take advantage of it to the full extent of them getting top 4. So,
Good break, especially since Edison was not really in a spot where he was chaining boxes. He kind of just was taking them. I'm sure he wasn't. I'm sure he himself, he wasn't even expecting to get it. So good break for WZ there, and nice play by Edison.
so up 22 after 1. Shows how much a top 4 can do to the result of the GP. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
One
WollywogZ.
second, I'm gonna go feed my dogs.
WollywogZ up 22 going into second GP. Ethereal had about the same lead on them in the first match. So we'll see if WZ can hold on the same way Ethereal did. 1-3-5 starting spots for WZ. Probably expecting a maple here. For those of you just joining us, this is match 2. Ethereal has a 2-0 lead, starting with a 1-0 lead going into this. And we're going with Wario's gold mine here with that 8th place starting spot. They're not too worried about first place, it seems.
All
Like you
right.
said, Maple Freeway coming out for WZ, and it's going to be Ethereal's track pick once again.
Okay.
We haven't seen RBC yet, which is kind of interesting. Usually a staple in every single war I play.
Yeah. And maybe your matches.
Maybe it's just my worst.
Seeing a lot more gold mine nowadays, so let's see what ends up happening here in top 2 for WZ to start. Let's see if he's able to get in fourth though. It's a pretty good
For
item.
the most part.
He's not going to get into first with this. So he's able to hold
Nice
it for a
draft
while.
off back, but looks like Crash drafted back.
Yep.
He's still holding these kind of alternated spots in top 4. Edison getting redded. Bobby's going to be way in 10th. Looks like he's shooting past the ramp as well. He is.
Yeah, Basil getting a little bit afraid that Jack might have backed his reds there, so he ends up, just playing it safe. He's able to at least get the reds off of Jack, even though he's not obviously going to connect from there. There's a lag, but he's able to get the reds off, but he still has a red. And we'll see how they play around this now, as WZ is able to hold on the top 2.
Asp gaining a bit of a lead. Bobby just falling off with Bill.
Oh,
in 10.
And Jeff ended up just desync, so seeing our first reset of the match in the best of 5. So regardless, Ethereal's gonna have to play it out.
And that's tough because he was their top spot, and that WZ's lead is a bit bigger. Don't think anyone has it yet. Edison going forwards now could have it in 9.
Okay, Hail Mary snipe attempt.
Bobby
Doesn't
seems to be
land
just
anywhere.
chaining boxes. Someone's way back in 8th or 7th now.
Yeah, so WZ, no shock. They're gonna get top 2. Man, this pack is like a worldwide right now. Besides getting top 3, so early. Okay, so
Ethereal
late shock.
shocked off 2nd place Jack. Good play. They're not catching Casper anyways.
Yeah, you just got to get one in that situation. They go for 2nd anyway, so we'll give FaZe a 2nd.
Ethereal, I'm sure, is holding for at least a neutral race here with Jeff DCing.
Yeah, for
Kinda.
sure. But doesn't look to be that way. I think we saw WZ somewhere around the mid spots, but we'll take a look at the standings regardless. We do see noct'l in one of those mid spots though as well. Tough break for Ethereal. You know, it always sucks when you disconnect during a match because there's really not much you can do about it. You just get an auto 8.
Yeah.
Most likely would have at least gotten 2-3 considering they TS Jack. So somewhere around that sort. So. See what the results of the damages.
2-4-5, pretty much the best they could do in that scenario.
Yeah,
a neutral race like they expected.
Yeah, actually a
I'll be
pretty
able
good
to
race
let
for Ethereal. So Jack getting TS there, lost a lot of time apparently because he gets 6. So not that bad of a salvage. Okay.
All right, so yeah, reset obviously for Ethereal. New rules state that each team only gets 1 reset per match. So they're hoping that this does not happen again.
But you know, from I believe, okay, the first race where Casper didn't dodge, they lose a good amount of points off of that. But outside of that, they're playing all right. They're up 30, so obviously they'll take it.
Yeah. And they're using the shocks very well. Let's take a look here. PDR lap 2. Got a bagger bumping Casper into a Nana and getting sniped. Not sure that'll be penalized, but you never know. Here we have Jeff taking Ultra, failing it. Faisal able to wait for the unblock, taking cut.
Yeah, it took a long time. So
A long time, but it happened right when Jack left, so that's pretty fortunate for him.
Yeah, WZ didn't wait long enough there. So. So 30-point lead, you know, I think it's pretty good for WZ. I mean, despite, I mean,
yeah, they're definitely
only
turning
seen
it around. When they had last war, they did have issues holding those those top spots, and obviously we saw from BC3 they were able to hold them decently well. BC they were able to come back after Edison made a nice play, getting the shot out of Bobby. So they're definitely doing what they need to do here to come back. Right here was the Ethereal shock. Faisal barely not getting in cannon, but still got to prioritize that 2-3. Getting Jack out. And able to obviously shroom up here at the end. So 7 left here in this second match. Ethereal up 2-0. We should be getting back to some gameplay soon. And we have 8 in the room right now.
Okay.
Still taking a look at a few highlights here. Jack
Yeah,
going crazy with some reds.
Only getting 1 reset, it's kind of scary. I mean, especially for the team that disconnects, because now you can't reset anymore. So if you're down one racer, it's going to be tough. So hopefully we don't have another disconnection.
So I'm curious from y'all impressions from WZ's first couple of races here, because I think it was looking a little bit south until that what was it, the top 4?
Yeah,
the end of
I mean, they're using the shock well. Edison obviously able to turn that entire race around, pulling it after getting it out of Bobby.
Right.
They're holding their front spots better, like we saw in BC3, and they're just doing everything they need to do now. They're kind of countering Ethereal strength, so they're doing a good job of adjustment.
Yeah, I think one thing that's like cool to understand about Edison. I mean, obviously having been a racer in a different life, I guess, for WZ. Now playing as one of their primary baggers. I don't even know, like, Skitty obviously a great bagger for WollywogZ. But I think like the benefit from Edison is more than just bagging, right? I think his communication within the team has been highlighted as something that is super, super important to them. Like just noticing a completely different level of communication when he's on the roster. So I think like beyond the fact that I think he's winning the shot count right now on Bobby, right? I think
this match, I think Bobby might be ahead by 1, but last match he was able to be ahead.
But last match doing generally pretty good job. Like I think more than able to keep up with Bobby. And the fact that they have that communication on board, a super big point for them. But anyway, match getting back into it. Let's leave it to y'all. Rest of game 2 to come here.
Yeah, absolutely. WZ said in their interview, I don't remember which match it was after. I believe it was after they beat Ethereal, I think. They said just how much Edison's communication just helps him so much in the back. And obviously he's very comfortable playing and playing wars, no matter what he's doing.
He's been a great addition. The flexibility he has, and the amount of work he's put into it, and I mean he's definitely hanging in there. So Basil 6th place box,
triple shrooms, good item. Casper off the track getting fibbed.
Wow, he just went from he just went from 6th to 3rd without slowing down. So that's an interesting in its own, but. Regardless, TK gets a golden, is able to get in the first, and see how spread apart that pack is, because what just happened in the beginning made no sense at all.
Bobby coming back for the waterfall boxes. Edison close behind. Neither bagger going to be dropping stars in this race. At least not yet.
Looks like both the baggers going with the traditional strat, perhaps. Both of them going back, so...
Yeah, most baggers you see nowadays are just sitting at the last set, either dropping stars or chaining boxes in 9. Hoping the opponent messes up and gives them box 10th.
Hoping for a green shell here or something. Shroom's good, so see how things play out here. He's gonna go ahead and take this little cut. Gets the chain as well, so maybe the most optimal.
So WZ bottom 2, triple Shroom's gonna hopefully help Casper a bit, gonna pass Crash. Ethereal holding most of the spots though. And Blue coming from pretty far back.
Yeah, he took TK's first for a bit, but he probably got TK in the explosion as Ethereal's top 3. One thing to note about blue shells on the in the tunnel section is that sometimes you can't see them. It's just kind of disguised, and then you get caught in the explosion. I think that's what happened. And they're going to be top 2-4 now off of that blue shell, so...
Both baggers spinning out at the waterfall section. I don't think anybody has it yet. It is kind of tough to get boxes there when you're challenging someone.
Yeah, if they're both going to be sitting there, it's probably going to favor Ethereal, although we do see Jeff get hit down to 5th, so WZ is able to come back up into the race until Casper runs into Jeff. So he'll lose a little bit of ground, but it looks like a 1-4-5 for Ethereal. Wins in a Mega, so no shock there. Probably no one has it, most likely. Unless Bobby has it, of course. Just gonna hold on to it if they did. Mega coming out, he's able to do a shortcut at East. He's not going to beat Quinn though, because Shrooms are superior on that shortcut. And yeah, it looks like a somewhat mixed race, as Ethereal got first at the lead, so. I think WZ might have won that though. They might have sneaked in 2-3-4.
Yeah, certainly very close at the end there. Not sure who got the better of it in the front. But it looks like Bobby's going to be able to get the bagger point if that does matter.
Yeah, Jack able to do that. Shroom got himself in a better position. He was able to get in front of Jeff, but I think Jeff ended up getting a Shroom last set anyway, so he gets second off of it.
So they're going to win that race. Cut WZ's lead almost in half.
Yeah, and we'll see what they end up
really,
picking, of course. Top 2, 6, 7. Maybe a moon view type of track here, so. But in terms of that race, we saw the blue show. Well, we didn't really see it, but the explosion, rather, mixed up a lot of positions. Kind of gave Crash a free first. To think about it, he was able to break away. And then, of course, he doesn't get blued later on, so. Now we have a GV pick. And we're just waiting for what Ethereal wants to do. They're probably going to be discussing about it for a little bit.
And this top 2, yeah, Moonview Highway, one of their favorites. Just got to prevent that 4th place draft if it does pick them. WZ actually in both of the main drafting spots, 4-5. So top 2's got to be careful here for Ethereal.
All right. So WZ gets a bomb. They're going to do some immediate damage with it most likely, or maybe a golden. That's what they're shooting for here, at least. They will get boxes because Ethereal is only top 4. So Casper's going to sit for 8 when he gets his stuff. Although TK dying doesn't really help the calls. I think Ethereal is going to start this one off of their spots.
Yeah, getting it far into place, getting redded though by Jeff. I might as well stop trying to hit him.
Yeah, not looking too good for WZ right now, as they are getting top 3 by Ethereal at the moment. Basil also having another red shell. And now he's just going to go ahead and swerve. Might be able to connect with this red, and that goes right past him. But this one, will not. He's able to break it, but he loses a lot.
The top 2 breaking away pretty far. You see Crash up there.
Yeah, this is one of those tracks. There's no shortcuts, so yeah, it's gonna be tough to come back on. You see Jeff also in 3rd. Has to go wide.
Got a really nice almost win.
Maybe Casper tries to thread the needle here. He's get Jeff out of 4th.
I'm not sure if Edison or Bobby passed us first, but whoever was 9th just hit a car.
Able to get Jeff.
Nice after TK starring up.
Shock would have been used there.
No WZ.
Yeah. So
Bobby and Ethereal sitting on the edge, going forwards now. Edison getting redded. Bobby should be able to keep this one safe. It is an Ethereal shot. See if they have any play for it, but I don't think they will.
Yeah, one of the W's in Jack got hit by an item. Casper pulling a TC, not going to help.
Faisal dodging there.
Go into the future, and we see Faisal dodge, and he's going to go ahead and
maybe get Jeff to pass him. Don't want to lose that 4th place though. Not sure that was enough of slowing down.
Yeah, he almost got it, but it looks like TK was able to hold down 5th. But Ethereal just able to hold on the top 2. WZ couldn't pull any shrooms, most likely. They didn't get a bomb, so sometimes that's how that goes. You get back spammed around the turn, and then top 2 is just breaking even more, and it's just a tough track, especially when you're not pulling any blue shells when you're 3 through 6 for a while. So maybe the blue was also being held on top of all of that.
Yeah.
And the top 2 for Ethereal.
Ethereal creeping their way back into this.
All right, so top 2, another top 2 track. Different possibilities they can go, but I'm gonna go TF. Did they get top 2 for?
Not sure who got 4th there.
Pay attention to that one.
Yeah, it was a top 2-4 for Ethereal. So obviously this TF pick gonna be pretty strong.
Yeah, that makes a lot more sense. Just received news that Alex Smith is out. Watching any of the games tonight, I'm somewhat paying attention to him. But regardless, pay attention to this most importantly. And we have the TF pick. So Let's see how WZ plays around this. They'll have one box, one opportunity, the widest box. I won't get the draft.
So far,
again.
these top spot picks have not worked out for the teams that have been picking them. So maybe WZ will continue that trend and get a win right here.
You know, he's showing his hops over the crate, but unfortunately, he doesn't get that draft. You know, you see, like
TK just read his own teammate.
Yeah, and that draft costs Faisal because he obviously gets ready.
Jeff gets his going to fifth, he's gonna spam it.
Yeah, TK using Mega right on Jeff's face has no other option, I think. So, Ethereal though, they're good spots again. I mean, as you would expect on TF starting their spots. So. And yeah, it looks like Ethereal is at least 1-3-4 or top 2-4. Basil getting bombed might be a blessing in disguise because now he's going to be able to get 8th place boxes, but WZ has already gotten the 2 though, so there's a solid chance that they already have a star too.
Single Shroom and 8, top 2 for Ethereal. Gonna be tough for Casper to break into it.
Ends up holding this fib. He could have maybe went for a snipe there, but regardless, he's got a lot of work to do.
Looks like noct'l gets hit. Might have been a blue we didn't see, or just hitting back spam, but
most likely
either way, noct'l very close to Casper.
Top 2
not allowed to red.
Red getting taken out, so it's going to be running, and Faisal stars the bill out of bottom. Not a bad play.
Nice little play there. Hopefully lag didn't give Edison a 10th place box.
Doesn't appear to be.
Both daggers going backwards now. Blue for Faisal, those are going to confirm their first.
Daggers going backwards, and there is a shock. Quinn dodging, so Quinn
dodging,
good
TK dodging. This is going to mix this up big time.
Quinn should be getting first off this. He's going to be able to do the shroomless.
He does make it. Pass crash.
Casper, he's trying, but I don't think he's going to get there. Megas.
Looks like a 1-3-5 for WZ, able to pull it back after Edison gets that shot.
Yeah, you might be right.
Again,
he might have gotten starred past the box. You might be right about that.
I think that is very possible. Bobby was sitting right in front of it. If Edison had quick enough reactions, he was able to get a box in 10th. But
yeah, you definitely got it as soon as that happened. And WZ
bailed out once again by another Edison shot. Looks like things were all set up for Ethereal. Once again, Caster's Curse. I said that they had a pretty much confirmed first after getting that blue. But Quinn able to pass crash off that dodge.
Yeah, there's other ways you can play it. I mean, you know, if you don't think you're going to get the shock, you spam your megas and you're hoping for another blue shell. But looks like them gambling and holding onto their megas ended up working. I had 2 mega dodges. They get 1-3-5 out of it. Casper not getting forked up because unfortunately the mega isn't faster in like a straight line per se. So noct'l is just able to not really have to worry about that as long as he gets the low tricks.
Yeah.
And 1-3-5 for WZ. So I don't think we've been to Maple yet this match. If my memory serves me correct.
No, we have not.
Okay.
So might see it here with these pretty much same starting spots they had.
Maple is their choice. Sherbert-Land, there we go. Let's get some Sherbert-Land up in here. Thank you. All you have to do is sometimes ask. You know, people always talk about how you talk about the track that it doesn't get picked. Sometimes if you just ask nicely, they'll give it to you. Have you ever thought about that?
Sometimes you just gotta be a bit polite.
Treat the game nicely. But Faisal does get a 6th place box and gets a mega. So. Not a bad pull. Now, this is one of those tracks where the mega is actually faster than straight line.
Yeah.
So you get the all-third stat. So.
See if Casper's able to get away from this red. He is holding on to 3rd place.
Triple shrooms there probably better. But 2nd for Faisal, he gets a great item. He's able to have some protection and some green shells, and Casper and TK holding down 1-3 to start the race. So baggers, we see one of them flipping out as well.
And TC almost sneaks it over, and he does get it to TK. And a blue coming in. Things are looking pretty good for Ethereal. Despite being bottom 2.
Yeah, despite Faisal getting hit a couple times, but you know, he'll get some box.
After with this TC now.
Oh no, that's not a
break for him.
pull right there. But no, he's not going to slow down. He's just going to take it. Maybe get an 8th place box out of it later. Let me see Faisal back into 5th. Pack a little bit spread apart. We see baggers very separated as well. One going, I think they're both actually touching boxes, although we see one going forward. So,
pushing over to Casper here. Triple reds for 7. And have a nice little surprise for noct'l if he tries to shroom. He's gonna send noct'l into 8th.
Not sure. Okay. Curious to see who has the shock, but Casper's going to use it. WZ probably doesn't have it. Use it like that. Faisal getting TC'd. And very mixed spots from the from the looks of things back here at least. Now obviously the top spots matter more.
Pretty spread out pack here. We got top 2 pretty far gone. And 3, 4, and then the rest.
And someone else, another WZ member up there as well. So most likely a mixed race, although we do see more Ethereal back here. So WZ, I think, may have gotten a better race than Ethereal, although they do get bombed too. So maybe I'll take back that statement. So whoever gets first most likely wins this race, depending if WZ gets 2nd or 3rd, if they get first as well. So I think Casper ended up falling off. He lost a couple of points there. So.
Let's see. WZ got the top 2.
Yeah, so yeah, it looked like maybe they were top 2. The edge of my eye, paying attention to the battle bug around the cave area, so able to hold down top 2. So top 2 bomb 2 still winning race. So WZ up by 9. Okay, and let's see. We had a reset, so. There's 3 races left.
Are a little messed up. Yeah, 3 races left.
Okay.
Try to get an exact score for you soon. Pretty sure this is correct though.
Alrighty. Very close, just like it was last match. WZ was down 12 with 4 left. Ethereal's down 9 with 3 left. So.
This is a make or break here for WZ.
So still technically needing a race wins by 3.
Yeah. They know what's at stake here. It's do or die. If
I'm sure Ethereal would.
It's over and Ethereal are the champions. If not, we go into match 3 or 4. Ethereal did have a 1 match lead.
That is true. I guess we would be going into match 4, right? Even though technically this is only the 2nd match.
It would be the 3rd match that we're watching,
right.
but it would be the 4th match.
Kind of confusing, but makes sense if you think about it. So, you know, I'm sure Ethereal would love to close this one out early, though. Get some sleep. Watch some football. So,
not sure many of these guys are going to watch football today.
That might be true. But anyways, 2, 4, 5. So very mixed spots. Faisal not getting a box though. Kind of sucks for him. So he's going to at least get a step down.
Try to get some shrooms. Starting 7th, not bad if he's able to get the shot. Just ending up spamming it to get Casper out of there.
Why not let it fly?
Well. Gotta be careful to crash. Triple shroom, great pull here instead.
TK going left
taking
half,
cut. Noct'l taking cut.
The whole room taking cuts. So.
Yeah.
The only one that didn't take
3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
Gotta wonder if Ethereal has more shrooms in top 2.
That is true. They are top 2. So see how things play out. Casper having to shroom 8. Oh, he gets bumped by Bobby. I'm not sure that's a pen though. I don't even think he was shrooming. So we'll see what he's able to do in the back spots at least. But gets a blue shell, big pull. We'd really like to get him on the mushrooms, but it looks like it's a little too late for that. So first has shrooms and he's able to dodge it, and it looks like he's not. So in fact, no one in top 2 had shrooms. You see a 3rd plays take a shortcut as well, get into 1st.
Casper holding onto this mega.
See,
One
the
bagger
baggers-
definitely has it. We see them sitting on that green mushroom. That's a great spot to sit. Tough to get hit on that part of the track. And it is, I believe, WZ holding the shot. See if they just get TK on landing here. Maybe they get Casper on landing.
Yeah, they're gonna try to maybe TS phase.
That's noct'l in second. They do not want him to take cut.
Oh, what a fib snipe! Oh, but he gets green by noct'l though. Oh my gosh. Oh, but it's still, I think it's still a good race for Ethereal though. And
yeah,
Flash comes
2, 3, 5, 4, 5.
Wow.
Yeah, Ethereal, great job kind of countering whatever WZ had planned.
He's so good. He fib snipes TK, and then he greens Faisal with 2 reds around him. That's just how good he is at sniping people. That's ridiculous. The intentional and the unintentional snipe. That's crazy.
Really well played at the end there.
But regardless,
securing a 2-3-4 winning race for Ethereal, and this just got even closer.
Yeah, regardless, Faisal still beats TK out of it, so I don't think it really mattered. So 2-3-4-6 for Ethereal. Big play. Once again, we've seen a lot of big plays from Ethereal in this set. That's going to keep them alive and help them achieve their goal and maybe getting this 2-0 as they are now up by 1.
Haven't seen a ton of big snipes here. That's a really nice play by noct'l. And we see a wheelie bump there by Edison, maybe? Forcing crash to stop? I'm not sure. I'll take a look in the Final 8 chat. See if anyone has any submissions for trolls.
Okay. Was it the BC3 thing? Or?
Yeah, there is one thing from BC3. Edison's stealing a ground shroom. Not sure that'll be penalized, but we will see. That gorge thing has not been submitted. That the replay we just saw.
Yeah, you know, we'll just play it out for now. So, up by 1. This is a big time play, though. Big time play. Now GV. So, anyone's ball game. Only a 1-point game. 1-point game.
1 point. And this is exactly what we've been looking for. A match like this.
Yeah, we've had a lot of close scores.
Where WZ kind of lost their footing last match, so hopefully they can hold it together here.
You see Faisal getting a single green this time, not the stream he got last GV race. But he can always pull triples in 4th. But he pulls a single red, so looks like WZ is going to start top 2 on GV. It doesn't really matter as much, although one of them dies out of there.
noct'l's going to be able to take the cut. Or not.
He's just going to try to bomb TK, but yeah, I kind of expected that to maybe lag. Because TK is able to lag right through it. It's pretty close to him.
Edison getting back first. Bobby was able to get a 10th place box, pulled shrooms, going to be back right behind him. So it looks like Edison will probably get 1 box in 10th before Bobby's able to catch him.
Okay, so noct'l gets bombed right there, but Faisal doesn't. So the red's able to force Casper.
Faisal thought he was going to hop dodge and fail. More triple shrooms anyways. This could be huge for him.
yeah, that's a good point. He almost made a great play, and it doesn't really matter as much. He still gets shrooms. So
Baggers are like right next to each other. Nobody has it yet.
This
we'll
time,
he's able to up here momentarily. Someone fails backwards. We'll see who it is soon. Edison is in 10th. Bobby standing in 9th. And Edison's sitting on the edge.
Yeah,
might be holding shock there. Doesn't look like he's respawning.
Yeah, he probably would have respawned by now. So, good shot that WZ has. If they have it, it's big.
Faisal yet to pull a shroom, hoping he gets one of these next few sets. Casper streaming up, TC in 7th. I believe that's going to be an Ethereal TC.
This could be a very big race for WZ, depending on what they do with the shock.
With this mega. Give them some options here if they have it.
Probably TS here. They TS third. Okay, they don't. Okay, they're gonna get TK in now because of that.
They're gonna get TK in and double dodge around the cut. Casper's goldening up. Jack is readying 1 Ethereal member. They're gonna shroom past Faisal. This is gonna be a top 3 for WZ.
Watch out for the bump.
Might be top 4 if Jack can hold on. This is a top 4 for WZ. They're gonna hold on to their.
And that. So much for the close match going into the last race now. It's now a top 4. You are right. And now Ethereal is going to need a top 4 to combat their own top 4. So, wow.
Yeah, and WZ with that lead going in, even a top 4 for Ethereal will not be enough to come back completely. Obviously, there are still 2 races left. We did have 1 reset earlier, so we're only going to be seeing 3 races of this GP. Oh, excuse me, there is only 1 race left.
There is 1 race left. They need a top 4.
They're going to need a top 4, you're right, I'm
yeah,
sorry.
They're going to need a top 4. So
yeah, Ethereal was able to get 9th, so it's not completely dead. I'm sure they're going to go with all run.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, we've seen teams bag before hoping for a top 4 anyway, so
yeah.
We'll see, but Ethereal were, I think they were 2-3, and none of them got shrooms, and even if you have a shroom, you still want to attempt it anyway because they have to TS you or they have to call you out. So, you know, TK wouldn't have dodged, or he dodges late. Maybe Ethereal salvages like a 4th, a 3rd. I mean, it's not much work to gain, but the fact that they didn't have a shroom at least to maybe salvage a point or 2 is pretty unfortunate. But the top 4 for WZ, Edison coming in clutch, is the MVP of that race as well as that mega pool. So now all they have to do is get a top 3 spot, and they will force a match 4.
Yeah, WZ going with mix of tracks. Ethereal, a rogue Peach Beach from Jeff, and we'll see how it works out for them. So they're gonna need a big race here. Hazel pulling this mega right off the bat. Edison going straight backwards, going to be spamming boxes in 10th. Bomb misses top 2.
WZ being top 2 while all running, they have the advantage here. Not just being top 2, but they can also send their other bottom spots backwards. Hazel does have a mega, but you're going to need a lot more.
Yeah, so we see Quinn and Casper back here in 8, 9. Ethereal not going to be getting shot this race.
I think all Ethereal needs is WZ just not to get the shock, but
Hazel dying
they
here.
need 2 blue.
Could be a dagger. Blue coming out. Shock canceling. Quinn dodging and build. This could be curtains for Ethereal match 2.
Well, it is an early Peach Beach shock, so
this is still a tight path for sure.
It's way too tight for the usage of that shock. So if Ethereal can take advantage of it, I mean, it's literally full blue right away.
Jack getting blued there.
They need a couple more blues.
Still top 3 though.
I mean, one of them's going to at least be shooting up. So if Jeff's going to be shooting up, they need probably a blue or something.
Basil probably going to get hit by that red. He will. Casper with this 8th place box should be good enough to take him to the line. Bobby dying here into the reds. Jack filling up. Doesn't look like it's going to be enough.
Yeah, it's not going to be enough. 7-8. They had a shot though. They had a shot because that second shot was kind of iffy.
But that came damn close.
Oh yeah. The second lap shock was kind of iffy. I mean, the fact that I guess they got blue was kind of unlucky in a sense, but the pack was way too close, and you see like Jeff and then Stacy just all started shooting up. So
definitely could have benefited more off of a dodge just at a normal first set. Even last set could have worked. Last set, lap 2. But regardless, WZ is going to take second match we've watched, match 3, making the score 2-1 in Ethereal's favor. Once again, this is a best of 5 match. So WZ still with their backs against the wall, but definitely feeling good right now after that win.
Yeah, so as of right now, it stands that WZ is going to win by 6. There is a pen, the BC3 thing where he's trying to get that ground shroom and he's getting bumped from the bagger. We'll have to wait on the verdict for that, but as for now, we'll get the room open and stuff like that. So
yeah, they're really going to be hosting the next match. Obviously, want Jeff to go once again. And there were a lot of highlights that match, specifically that GV. Huge for WZ, forcing Ethereal into a corner, making them go all run. Not something really any team at this level is comfortable with in a situation like that. Going into the next match, don't think we're going to be seeing any lineup changes either.
They're probably sticking with the same, so. Just wait a little bit here, get this room going, and just take a break. Get some food.
Yeah, go get some water, stretch out a bit.
Yeah.
Could be seeing a lot more Mario Kart soon. If WZ does win this, we will go to a match 5. If Ethereal wins, they will be crowned the MKPS champs.
We could make this a 24-hour stream if we get enough donations.
Hey y'all,
All right.
how are we
Eirik's
doing
back.
here?
We're doing pretty good. Gonna get some replays soon. Eirik, back. Gonna be commentating with us for this match. Got some analysis from match 2. Eirik,
You know it.
what did we see from? What did WZ change in your eyes? That gave him,
I
such
mean,
a
just
good advantage there.
playing a lot better around each other. I think, right? A little bit more disciplined about, just that close quarter contact. It wasn't just like the subtle thing I noticed, at least on my behalf. It's hard to tell though, right? I mean, it's not like they were messing up extravagantly in the first game or technically game 2 of the set. So but the main thing that we saw were those little mistakes, and we stopped seeing as much of them here. So I think that, I mean, added up, those started doing good for them. I think also just having a good amount of when the shock came on their table, they had the forks and knives and the plates ready for it. They had the dodges and everything really to coordinate that all and make it work well. But yeah, we'll have a couple of replays going. I mean, what are y'all's thoughts on what just went down?
I think you're right. I think the big difference between the first match we saw and that match right there was just shock usage in general. WZ really got the most out of every single one of their shocks. Had some great calls overall.
Right. Yeah, and of course we showed a little bit of the replays, in the earlier first half of the match. We'll go over them again in case y'all forgot. I mean, still some stellar plays in the earlier part of it. And it's funny that you mentioned, a lot of great highlights before, especially that Grimble Volcano race. I definitely slipped, fat fingered that one and missed that replay entirely. But still good plays all around. And I mean, it started off with DDR onto BC3 and just generally very hectic races. You couldn't really catch much of a break through them all.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bottom line is that WZ won off of Grumble Volcano. I think that's the killer race. They get the shock, they dodge 2 people in a mega, dodge someone in the cut. Everything's just going their way, and they're able to just easily take advantage of it. Peach Beach was a little bit close for comfort, but they end up getting the job done regardless. So, a win is a win.
Yeah.
And we'll take a look at some of the others, I guess, going on here.
Yeah. And again, more of that kind of mega play. Unfortunately, I don't think Casper got lucky on his try of trying to.
Yeah, I think he still made the right play there.
Right.
Triple Shrooms is going to catch up, so. But some good team play. And noct'l snipe on MG was pretty hype. That was a great play.
We've got that coming. Yeah, Mushroom Gorge had the heat. Yeah, it was just so hectic. I think winner in the production kind of booth, if you will. I popped off and I forgot I'm a little bit delayed. He was like, what I didn't see anything happening. What are you talking about? But yeah, plenty of fun stuff, really. I mean, Grumble Volcano, apparently a great WZ track. I wouldn't have. I mean, I know they're really consistent at that shortcut, right? That rock hop, but apparently doing a really good
right
job.
Right here in this clip, we see that huge target pow, and we also saw Edison billing the shock out of Bobby, which ended up being a huge turning point in that BCW race.
Yeah, really was. And of course, I think on Wario's Gold Mine, I don't think we were expecting that lap 3 shock, ending up getting one of, I think it was Quinn, right, in second, but took down a little bit. Yeah, it was just a little like this game of inches that so often happens at the top level of play, really. Is that, it's just the game of inches, and it feels like often that wars are how consistent can you be with the rest of your teammates, kind of thing, and that's what ends up being the decider for it more than anything else. This was okay. This clip
these teams have been playing together for a while.
And, hilarious that we might have actually seen a Thwomp live on stream on TF. I have not seen that in a while, but Faisal got away with murder, in my opinion. My humble one. Yeah,
I liked how he jumped over the box too.
Yeah. God.
All right, and match 2 has come to a close, and with that, WollywogZ will keep their hopes alive, making the series 2-1. Of course, Ethereal starting off this series with the 1-0, since they are in the winner's bracket, so still a tough task for WollywogZ, but will they be able to continue their run of form in match 3? find out, as match 3 will be coming up for you guys very shortly. Stay tuned for that. As always, stay awesome, everybody. See you guys next time.